Adventures with Paul.
Hey yo, welcome back to Adventures with Paul. Wow. Cole Trickle? I haven't heard from that guy in 30 years. All right, we're going to let you see the rest of this clip.
We are underway. The Daytona 500 is on.
Daytona International Speedway. We're going today. That's our adventure. Tickets will run you $25, and there's all different types of tours. Come along for the ride. I'm actually going to let you listen to a lot of the tour, but I'm not going to give you the entire thing. Otherwise, you would have no reason to go. So come along, guys. Vroom, vroom. Start your engines, guys. So let's go. Hey guys, today we're in Daytona Beach, Florida, outside Daytona International Speedway. We're gonna see if we can go do this tour and check it out. So come with.
That was foolish. Yeah. Well, it's
It's going to be going through a fairly narrow gate, so I ask everybody, please make sure your hands are in place and feet are inside so that we don't ruin anybody's record. But as we come up here, if you look to your right, you're going to get a panoramic view of the world's fastest 182 acres, and that's the infield of the Daytona International Speedway. That whole concept when we get up over on the front stretch. But before we go out on the track, I want to give you a cross-section of that famous safer barrier that was added here to the Speedway. You can look on either side of the tram, but you can get a cross-section of the safer barrier. You can see the welded steel tubing that lines the track surface. Those are welded together in sections, both vertically and horizontally. Then those individual sections are tied to the original racing wall, which is concrete, by a series of straps. Cars are doing 190 miles an hour down here, that the track is flat. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can feel in the seat of your pants that this track is not flat. You can see from watching on TV, if you have, the ride in race cars works most of the time, but when the physics get involved, the fifth car, it just normally leads to a crash. He contracted with a group called Musco Lighting out of Iowa to put in 488 of those specialized gray boxes. Each of those boxes has a 2,000 watt bulb inside in the 60s and 70s. Up on our right, just above the letter D in Daytona, you're going to see a box that's completely open out here to the racing surface. Well, when they broadcast the first races, they put a camera person with a set of goggles and a camera in that open box. That's how they gave you some of what they originally called speed shots. Today, with the advent of remote control cameras, the person doesn't have to go in the box, just the camera. Also to my right, you will see some of the seats in the house, but they're not for sale. We have one of those Sunoco stands on each corner of the racetrack. Those are for the sanctioning body to put their track spotters in. Those people are the ones that report debris or fluids or things like that. Out in turn 1 and 2, up to here to turns 3 and 4. Many times have I been out here when it's been raining down in turn 1 and 2 and the sun shining down behind us there in 3 or 4. If you look to the left, you can see the east end of our garage and pit area. You can see one of the two Sunoco fueling stations and that low building with the yellow band on top is where Goodyear Tire and Rubber sets up their tire shop for the race team. Gentlemen, is 18 degrees of banking. So if anybody's got any stability issues or has trouble walking, I would suggest stay as close to the double yellow lines as you can. But everybody else, please feel free to walk up, take some pictures. I'll show you a couple of real good camera angles when we get to a stop.
Here come the cars to the finish line. It's Cole Trickle taking the win.
This gentleman has the right idea. He's been in the Alps in Europe. He's going up on a zigzag. You notice even in Europe when they go this way, they go up and back and they do the switchbacks. Linearly, physics are not.
That's why this infield
Is reach down and touch the flat top. No, 30 or the early part of the 30s to come around and repave it. But yet, it's really phenomenal. If you've walked across the Walmart, construction equipment to it. They didn't let him have near the fun that Blaney got. Some of these marks are not Blaney's anymore, but this is normally what you can. This is 18. We've got it back in the museum, and you're welcome to try it when we
Talk about them in just a second. But everybody, if you can hold on, this is going to be about 12.5 to 13 degrees of banking, and I'll write the transition down to the 3. So everybody hold on, please. And now imagine you're doing this. Oh, God. And now you can feel the transition from the 18 degrees down to the 3.
Oh, God.
If they're running the road course, and that's infield road course too. And one of the other interesting things that's just a passing comment, it won't be on the final quiz in there, is owned by the Speedway in addition to, I believe it's 8 big full-size fire trucks. We staff it with professional firefighters and paramedics from as far as the Carolinas and Alabama and places like that. And with the old lug nut pattern, you took them 12.5 to 14 seconds. Do the timing for the Rolex 24-hour race. To my left is Victory Lane, and unfortunately they haven't cleaned it up yet, so we're not able to stop in there. But you can see how truly small Victory Lane is. You can imagine putting a race car in there and 25 or 30 teammates and family members and things. It's not near as big as the TV media make it look. Now, here in the infield, we've got 155 garages here for Speedway. They've separated them out and called them just by colors. We've got the blue garages down here, which is our largest group. We have the red and the yellow garages over to our left. Also, probably the biggest renovation that the Speedway went under was after 2004 hurricanes. There were no less than 15 different individual food trucks in here, and another 10 or 12 as we get out here to the souvenir area. So a lot of activity takes here, and it's really a pretty big bargain. Last year the fans could get in here for 2-day admission for $99 total, actually, for each and every campsite. And you can see some of the marks that they're starting to lay down in preparation for some of our summer racing events. A little more history about Lake Lloyd. When it was first constructed, it was the foundation that Bill France used to create the high banks in the four corners here at the Speedway. So if you're familiar with Florida, know that you dig a hole that deep in there. They excavated, by the way, 1 million cubic yards of dirt in that lake area. It'll fill with water fairly fast. And the right-hand side tends to be pictures of the different types of vehicles that race here at the Speedway. Now, number 2 is that approach and finish I talked to you about on the start-finish line between Hamlin and Truex. You know, what we down here is the middle panel that the door is only 500 victories. Then the Earnhardt has through the 34 victories here at the Speedway. You can see a picture of the famous fight. And down here on our very last panel on the left is the photo finish from that very first day of the 500 event. You didn't have a backrest, you didn't have a cup holder, you sat your bottom on just an aluminum rail. Well, they've grown the Speedway from that initial 31,000 to somewhere around 60,000 seats here in the main seating venue. Speedway decided they needed to grow. So they undertook a project that they call Daytona Rising in 2013. What you see to your right is the culmination of that project. The Speedway invested $400 million in the new seating venue that we're going to go have a chance to tour in just a couple of minutes.
Go ahead.
This is my section.
All right, guys. Sunshine Steve and I are going up the steps, and we're going to check out the inside of the stadium. Sunshine Steve again.
Oval. You can see from down in turn 4 down to turn 1 how much they had to blow up. See how much the Speedway was really bumped out.
Gentlemen in second place, I believe, has 12, so Earnhardt's record is probably going to stand for a long time. And the last statue I'm going to talk about is Bill France Sr. and his wife Annie B. here to our right. It was his vision and his dream that created this Speedway that we have the opportunity to tour today.
We're the only Hall of Fame that covers all motorsports, so you can see more than just cars here. I've got boats, planes, land speed record cars, motorcycles, all kinds of fun stuff. Everything in this room is Daytona 500 related. This is Austin Cindric's winning car behind me, complete with a flat tire on the back right there, just the way he came off the track there after doing his little donut thing on the track there, blowing out his tires. Got all the Daytona 500 winners up on the wall behind you. You'll see Richard Petty smiling back at you 7 times with 7 different hairstyles. Got an example of what it's like to walk on the track. The trophy's out in front of the car. Our movie theater runs on a loop. Runs about 25 minutes or so. It'll show you the endings of all the Daytona 500. Take all the pictures you like. There's a couple of us running around if you have any questions.
Know you've been a good friend, and that's in the thick and thin, and I know it's never gonna end, 'cause you've been a good friend.
All the way up until his death on February 18th of 2001. All right, guys, thanks for coming along. It's only fitting to end this tour with Dale Earnhardt. 34 career victories, most all-time at Daytona. Ended here on February 18th of 2001. Thanks for coming along. Until next episode, we'll see you around. Hey guys, welcome back. That Cole Trickle finish there was pretty classic, wasn't it? Anyways, that was one of the better tours that I have ever been on for $25. It was a 70-minute experience, took you all over the place, and ended at the museum. Definitely worth it. If you've been to Daytona Beach or if you've been to the Daytona 500, drop a comment below and tell me what it's like to see a race in person. Guys, if you like this video or others on the channel, smash that like button. Be sure to subscribe. And as always, guys, keep it positive, keep it stoked. We'll catch you on the flip side.